Hey, what's going on, guys? Richie Fix here, back with another video, and today is our day. We finally get our opportunity to dabble in the new toy company that's really been taking the figure community by storm. CT Toys, Revoltech, Amazing Yamaguchi, Agent Venom. Now, CT Toys has been talked about a lot lately. Now, it's not in regards to this particular figure. I did start with this figure, because Brown Suit Wolverine was out of stock and they're making a second batch, and that should be coming out shortly. I will do a figure review on that. And then there's also a Tiger Stripe Wolverine coming out. But this is what they had available. I had seen this guy. I have never done anything with Amazing Yamaguchi, but CT Toys has made it a possibility. I know this guy sold out for the regular product. This is a reproduction. A lot of people will call it a bootleg, a knockoff. I call it a reproduction. It just sounds better than bootleg or knockoff. It sounds, when you say bootleg or knockoff, the first thing you think of is cheap. While these figures are cheap, they do not have cheap quality, and that really seems to be their star feature, is that it's a reproduce that actually is turning out to be as good as some of the actual figures that they're reproducing of. So I did take this Agent Venom. There is a white one, an anti-Venom, that I actually want to get as well that looks very good. Now, believe it or not, there is a knockoff of the knockoff. Now, when you are buying these, you need to make sure that it has the CT logo in the bottom. And if I remember to put this in post-edit, I will. I'll show you the other box. There's a knockoff of a knockoff that there will be a different image than this one. CT Toys image has the Agent Venom shooting the web out there. And there will be some, I don't know, I can't remember off the top of my head what the other reproduce picture is. But it's not this. So you need to make sure it says CT Toys in the bottom right-hand corner, because the reproduce of this reproduce will not have that. And it's actually a lot cheaper too. I think a price point will definitely give it away, where I think the reproduce of this reproduce is like 13, 15 bucks, where this one, while it's cheaper than the Yamaguchi, is still, a pretty decent price tag at $27 shipped. So, it's definitely not cheap. But you do get to see here, and then because it does come from AliExpress, I will leave the link to that, the seller, in the comments below. It does come a little ding. Sometimes, it's not in terrible shape. It's got, as you can see, it's kind of just dented in a little bit there, but the box itself, I'd say on a 1 to 10, is probably like a good 6.5, 7. It's not too bad whatsoever, but you can see everything, all the imaging, everything you're going to get. You get all those nice accessories, and look at all the accessories. My God, I'll show you this little image here, and I'll obviously show you on the video, but man, this thing packs a punch for price tag. And I think there's been a lot of discussion that's been brought up due to this, what it's doing for collecting, are people are shaming others for buying the bootlegs and things like that. I'd say if it's of quality, to me, this just cries out to the bigger companies that you can do this for cheaper, and people are going to do it for cheaper. So to me, this almost puts pressure on an Amazing Yamaguchi, on a Mezco, on a Mafex, whatever you want to call it. It puts pressure when they are making this good a quality reproduction that either they drop the price or you got to get more bang for your buck. Well, this one actually comes with quite a bit. It almost seems worth the price tag, but the fact that it just shows you how much more they charge for the name itself in Amazing Yamaguchi over than the material, because the fact is they could probably even charge even cheaper for this. They probably could, but they obviously have to make some money too. So it's like, how much does this figure actually cost compared to what they're selling it to? Leads to a lot of great discussion. So this is the package. Like I said, package mileage may vary on, what kind of condition you get, but this seller packaged it pretty well. I don't know how it got that crazy dent in the back. Maybe they punted it. Maybe they had a little Thanksgiving turkey, football fest with it. I don't know, but it looks great. But what inside, I feel like will look even greater. Let's take a look. So I have the package here. I'm just going to kind of go step by step here, right? Because there's so much in here. I'm going to just kind of go like this and give you kind of an angle so you can see. You get the Venom head. You get all 3 different sets of eyes on addition to the eyes he already has on it. There are more just of these. They're like little pistol They're like little pistols to go inside to make it look like the pistol is inside the holster. but they're just more like the outer, grip of the gun, so you don't actually put a gun in there. It's more just like the illusion of that. You do get some webs here. You do get the big gun. You get 4 of the pistols, and then you get some more pouches, and then you obviously, the main attraction here, you get that nice Venom. Oh man, it's all falling out everywhere. You get that Venom head, and then believe it or not, there is more. It's layers on layers with this thing, and like I said, for 27 bucks, oh man, you get a nice stand there, which I do believe comes with that. Look at the peg system for the hands. Take note, companies. This is how you do hands. Put it on this nice little Christmas tree array assortment where I can peg on, peg off. Pause. That didn't sound great, but peg on, peg off for the hands. I like that. And then you do get the symbiote, kind of like tendrils, and then some blast effects for those guns. All this for 27 bucks, folks. But how's the figure itself and its quality? Well, I've heard mixed reviews on Amazing Yamaguchi. I'm not gonna lie, but we will pull that out here. And there's no drawstring, or yeah, there's no zip ties or anything like that. Take a look at the quality. 27 bucks, folks. And this, I believe, originally retail. Like I said, I do think it's sold out, so I don't know that you could actually pick it up for retail right now. I haven't taken a look at the Agent Venom market, so it might be in stock, but last I checked, which was about a month ago, it was sold out. But look at the quality. For 27 bucks, you're not, I mean, take a look at the paint. We got good paint applications. Now, you get the reproduce of this one. Like I said, the reproduction of the reproduction, the $15 one. It's looking very hazy. You got a lot of sloppy work, but, for that extra 15 bucks, you're really getting some good quality here. No bad paint apps that I'm seeing. The one thing that I've heard about Amazing Yamaguchi, as this is my first Amazing Yamaguchi, and it's not even really an Amazing Yamaguchi, it's a reproduction of one. So I don't know. I know they have crazy articulation, but I know that they work on a ball peg system. I know the ball pegs will have limbs falling off, and you really kind of have to, it's almost like a puzzle in itself to get these things to articulate. So this is going to be my first experience doing that. So let's take a look. As far as, we'll start with the head. Look at that look at the neck. Holy crap. He can look inside himself, it seems like. It goes all the way down there. That neck just comes and leans forward and goes all the way down. It does get like this little head, like hood piece almost. I love this head sculpt, by the way. A lot of people love that Venom head sculpt, which we're going to take a look at that. But this head sculpt right here, this almost ninja-like Spider-Man mask is pretty crazy looking. He can look up that far. It seems like this, if you took this hood piece off, we can definitely show that too. But as far as with the hood piece, he still gets a pretty great range looking up. As far as arms, as far as tilt, let's see if he get the Michael Myers tilt. I call it the Michael Myers tilt because that's the only man I can really think of with like a legendary head tilt. Yeah, there's a lot of head tilt there. Got some great head tilt there. Puts Michael Myers to shame, in fact. Yeah, it's looking great there. Looking great. Arm can go up high. Arm can go up high, and immediately, I tell you, these ball peg systems, that I've heard about these ball peg systems, and it just clips right back on. I mean, it's not like it's crazy or anything, but man, like I said, you can push these things, but how far these ball pegs allow you to do that, that's the only thing I've heard about Amazing Yamaguchi is ball peg central, and they keep falling out, and it's, I've heard these things are frustrating. That's what I'll tell you right there. It does have a nice bicep swivel. This thing is interesting. It's not even, I don't even know, it's a ball peg elbow joint, so it goes almost as far. I mean, the armor kind of gets in the way there of like a double, but it looks like it can go as far as like a double jointed elbow would go. But yeah, this thing right here, this little ball peg thing is getting kind of annoying. The ball peg system is already taking its patience out on me as far as that thing already starting to fall off. But as far as like the waist, pretty great waist. I mean, the one thing I have heard about Amazing Yamaguchi is that you can lean forward that far with the waist and the chest piece, is that these things do have great articulation. But again, the ball pegs, man, this is crazy with the ball pegs. You really have to kind of get, and I heard that this is not just like of a reproduction, like it's not a reproduction issue, it's an Amazing Yamaguchi issue, because this is from the mold of Amazing Yamaguchi. I've heard these things have their frustrations and their patience that you have to deal with. It's just once you learn it, it's easy. But the knees, let's take a... And the nice thing about this figure, too, is it's stiff. The one thing I have noticed from some of the knockoffs from AliExpress on other figures is that they come super loose. This thing is actually super... Like, that leg. Look how far it's going back. And that's just the way, like, you hear the leg. Look at... Double jointed knee, except it's not a joint. It's like a ball pig still. So... Weird. And then you got this belt that kind of is even on its own ball pig system. So I don't know if you can see that in there. I'll try to get that light right there. Can we get that light in there? There, you can kind of see it right there. It's got its own ball pig belt that you can use to manipulate the belt, moving that around. And then the leg, you hear that? Kind of sounds like a Storm Collectibles. Goes up that far, as far as going out. See where we're at. You might have to drop this down just a little bit, but pretty good spread. Got a nice little spread there. Could join the cheerleaders if he needs to. I mean, he got a nice little spread there. But the one thing I am noticing is that it's staying stiff, which I like. If it breaks because it's too stiff, that's a different. That's a McFarlane issue. But this one doesn't fit. It feels of good quality, like too. You'd think it'd be a, some of the reproductions, you get them, you can tell they're cheap plastic. This thing's got some, it's got some nice figure weight to it. It's not too heavy. It feels like a Marvel Legends, but, I mean, it definitely doesn't feel cheap either. It feels of quality, so I like that. And then do get these ball pigs to pivot on the bottom as far as his foot going up. Goes up that far. And then you do have some toe articulation there. And then as far as going back, you got some nice back too. Look at that. Baby got back right there. Looks good. These things are sharp too, like a McFarlane. God damn, the spikes. These are not for kids, man. You could definitely, I mean, if I sat there and squoze this thing, you'd definitely see some indentation on my freaking hand. But the figure itself is very, very nice. Now, the main thing that's going to probably take up this review is accessories. So let's take a look at those. Alright, and immediately the main thing that people love about this figure is I think this was actually not even included with the original figure. I think it was part of a limited edition package. I don't know where from, but look at the... Tell me how this looks just as good, if not better, than most of the Marvel Legend head sculpts out here. And this is a reproduction. Like, look at the paint they got on the teeth. Look at the clean gum line. Look at the pearlescent on the white eyes. Like, damn. It's like, watch out, main companies, Hasbro and Marvel. You let these reproduction sites get out here, and it's like, some of them are actually putting you guys to shame. But, man, this is a killer Venom head sculpt. So, let's see how easy it is to take this head off. Actually comes off very nice. And then, does this hood piece come off? I don't think it does, actually. I thought it would. I don't want to press it because I don't know if I pull it off and break it. I'm definitely not. Yeah, I'm not even going to risk it. You can definitely try if you want. If you forced it, I'm sure you could get it off. But off just like normal, like tugging, it's not coming. So, oh God, that sounded great. Let's see. Put this back on. Goes on great. Oh, man, what the... Look at that head sculpt. Oh, I can see why people use this head sculpt. But I like this. I like the Agent Venom mask so much too, but damn, this is a great Venom head sculpt. Very, very cool. I'd be very interested to see their take on like an open mouth Venom, but damn, that thing looks sick. Oh, another close-up. Yeah, looks great. Great paint apps. Oh, very impressed so far. Very impressed. And then what you do get is you do get some holsters, some gun holsters here. And then as mentioned, you get almost, I don't know why, what the point of this was. I feel like you could have just hollowed that out and just put your real guns in there. But they did give you like half a gun to make it have that illusion where you just kind of stick it in like that. So it looks like there's a gun in the holster. And then I believe these just peg on the sides. Right on his leg. But again, why they did that instead of like just letting you put one of the guns he actually comes with in there. But it's still cool. I mean, holster on, holster off, choose your own adventure there, but it looks great. I mean, and it pegs in really well. That's not going nowhere. So nice and stiff, and that's just the way we like it around here.
Excuse me, the fuck did you just say?
And then he does get like this huge ass rocket launcher gun, which is very, very cool. I will show how his hands, I mean, he's got so many hands. You saw the Christmas tree of hands, but we'll show him holding this gun here in a little bit. But I just kind of wanted to give you guys kind of just the close-ups of each individual. And good plastic. Like I said, great moldings. No extra plastic anywhere. Cut very nice. Like I said, this is a $27 figure reproduction. And, I mean, this might be as good as the real thing. And right here we do have some webbing, some nice webbing. It doesn't look like I have the hands on them right now to support the webbing, but as you can kind of get that visual there, that's what it would look like. So very, very cool. Yeah, I mean, the fact that it comes with two of these as well, you get two different ones. They're both straight, so I guess it's one for each arm, but the fact that you get all this at the price point, again, it's going to start putting a lot of pressure on some of these bigger companies to bring down prices or start bringing up quality and accessories. At least that's what I think. All right, digging into our second tray of accessories, you get 4 of these gun blasts that, as you can see there, it's got a nice little front, like almost just the entire front of the gun can stick right into them, and they stay on very nice. They look great. Not going anywhere, fit nice and snug, and nice little effect piece. Looks great. And then you do get a scythe piece that you just take the hand off and it plugs right in. We get a lot of these with, not so much with Venom, more Carnage, but the fact that he gets one, I kind of like that. It looks very cool. Well painted too, like nice brushing, kind of like that fade look. Goes right in there, if you can see that, if that's catching it in there. It's a nice silver, kind of fades into the black there. Very, very cool. And again, fits snug, nice, rotates. I like it. And this next accessory comes in a total of 8 pieces because they are split in half at this joint right here. So you'll plug the base tendril in and then you connect these outer pieces. So 8 pieces in total. These things are sick and they are heavily articulated. I mean, you can really get this thing looking like a goddamn spider as far as how far they like. I mean, we can go even farther back if we want to. I mean, this thing is just, we're gonna have to scoot him back because he's gonna have to go off camera. But man, this thing is just next level. The only thing I'm having a little is this right arm is coming off just a little bit easier than the left. It's not like a big deal. Like, it's not like it's just too easy, but it is. This one seems to be coming off a lot easier than this one, but like I said, I've been fiddling with this one a lot more than the other one, and then that piece just fell out. So, but I've heard these things, it's not just the knockoff. I heard that, you know, obviously these things are like a puzzle piece. They have great articulation, but it's like at the same time fiddling with them to get them into that articulation is the hard part, where pieces are falling off and all sorts of stuff. I'm going to leave this off for now because, frankly, I don't even care about them on there. But you can see that, you know, if you wanted this thing to get out of the way, you could. But, man, yeah, like I said, this thing is stiff, too. So it's like you're really going to have to, like, maneuver around. But I don't know that I'm going to use these tendrils. I'm not going to lie. Like, they're cool, and I always think they're a nice piece. And they do just plug in the back here on the figure. But it's like, it takes up so much real estate that it's like, I don't know if it's even worth it. Like, I just think the figure by itself is cool, but you obviously gotta show it off. But it's kind of like that Venom that came with the bat wings. It's just a little too much real estate for my liking. But he does have some other things here, and you know, this has been a long review as it is, but we'll try and wrap this puppy up here. Just a few more things. And then, as I showed at the start, it does come with like this Christmas tree of, or you know, we'll say Christmas tree because we're in the Christmas spirit, but just this peg assortment, which, why aren't other companies doing this? What a great idea. This is how you cannot lose accessories. It's nice and neat. You know, it's tidy, it's organized, it's a way it should be done. I wish other companies would do this. You do get the hands that have the holes, so you can put the web effects in there, so you can kind of see everything that you got. You got the beast-like claw hands, you got some trigger fingers of normal hands, some other, I don't know if those are even triggered. Those are more just kind of like a Kung Fu grip hand. And then you do get some other trigger hands right here, beast-like, normal hand-like, and then you do get some more fists, or like grasping hands. I don't know if that's a fist, more almost kind of looks like a grasping hand, but he's got the fists that come already on him. So let's take a look at one of these web effect hands real quick. As you just pull off and see what a nice, see, I take one hand off and then I can, just so I don't lose the other hand, I just peg it on. Take note, companies, take note. You know, I like the organization here that I'm seeing from Amazing Yamaguchi, because I'm assuming that's where CT Toys got this inspiration, and I'm pretty sure everything that the Amazing Yamaguchi comes with is what, you know, what they're replicating here. So plug that in. There we go. So it's in like that. As you can see, the little hole for placement. So if you want to put in one of the webbings, you can definitely do that. I don't know where I had one already. Here, hold up. Alright, so we found it. It just plugs into the hole like that. How easy is this going to be to where I don't freak out about breaking it? Super easy, of course. And look at that. Looks great. Flip the hand over so we can spin it upwards. And it looks great for, I mean, for figure photography. This is awesome. I mean, I don't think I'm probably going to use them, but, you know, very cool. And the last thing of accessories, God, we've been on accessories, it feels like, for goddamn 30 minutes, but you do get a nice tray of 3 extra set of eyes. 3, folks, on top of the eyes that already come on the head. The greens look pretty cool, so we might throw those on. I don't know how hard it is going to be to interchange these, but we'll try it. We'll give it a whirl on the greens, and you know, I'll give you an update on that. Hey, and there he is with the green eyes. I actually like the green eyes. Goes great with the background here. But 1 to 10 on the funness of changing out the eyes. I'm going to put it at a 3. The tray is very sensitive, so any bumping, the other eyes go flying out of it. It does come with like a nice case cover, so it's not just a floating plastic piece like for this thing. It's got like a little case cover that you can put over it to keep them secure. But like just pulling one of these out, and if you accidentally shake it, they'll all just kind of tumble out. So just keep that in mind. I mean, it's cool that you can change the eyes. I do like the greens, but I'll probably just go back to the original, to be honest. But it's cool that they give you the options. And man, again, for 27 bucks, the bang for the value is definitely there. The last accessory it comes with is the stand. And as you can see, this guy gets in some pretty cool poses. We got the guns out with the shooting hands, obviously. And he gets in some pretty awesome poses. And the stand does pretty well. I wish the claspers on the prongs that hold the figure were just a little bit longer, because it's kind of hard to get it around his waist. But as you can see, it still holds him pretty well. But, you know, patience is a virtue on this one, especially this figure as an entire, with the unique, articulation system and just the ball peg system, all the accessories and having to move this, and just, it's a little overwhelming as a figure. I mean, it just comes with so much. But again, it just screams to its value in the price tag. At this thing only being 28 bucks, it's just absolutely phenomenal. And then, yeah, I mean, it does clasp well around him. Like this stand is very stiff, and you know, the joints are tight. Like you want to see that in a stand. But man, if you guys want to go ahead and pick up this figure, again, it is from AliExpress. I know people kind of get down and out on AliExpress just because there are a lot of, you know, not so great quality items on that particular website, but you know, there are a lot of ones that are. And I mean, again, this Venom, I said I wasn't going to, because every reviewer always leaves the Venom head on, but you just got to see it again. Like, it just looks so good. And the paint apps turned out really, really nice on it. So on a 1 to 10 with the figure, as far as enjoyment, quality, and everything, I'm going to give this thing a solid 8.7. The only thing that I'm going to downgrade it on is I'm just not a big fan of Amazing Yamaguchi's so far, their articulation system. And then this one particular right ball joint does pop out a little bit easier than the left. Like, I can clearly go like that, and then, oh, now it doesn't want to do it. See, and look, the one gripe that I had with the quality, and it didn't even do it. It might have been a one-off thing, but Or maybe I just got it pegged better in there. But just for everything that you get with this thing is just absolutely phenomenal. And it seems like they had a little bit of an issue with Marvel coming after them. So that's what these reproduction sites do. They get closed down and then they just pop up somewhere else with a new store. They didn't even change their name, didn't have to or anything like that. They just get their one AliExpress store shut down and then they just open up another one. Because it's something to do. I think I heard somewhere that it's not illegal to make reproductions out there or wherever they're basing these out of. I don't know the math, or if you want to dig into it and see what the actual laws are and everything, that's just what I heard. Take that with a grain of salt. But yeah, I mean, if you want to get one of these, it's going to run you about $28. Highly worth it. I definitely want to get the white one. The white one is the next one on my list, and we'll bring a review on that. But the next ones I got coming up, as far as videos coming up, I have a wrap-up of 2024. We're ranking the figures that came out from Jada for 2024. We're going to talk about the schedule and the expectation for 2025 with Jada. And then I have some more CT figures coming. So we got both Wolverines, the brown suit and the tiger stripe. And then if I get one more of these, and there's some other Spider-Man figures on there, but this is what we're working with so far. So a great step into the CT Toys line, and I'm very impressed with this. I can't wait to see the Wolverine. Oh, I wanted to do one other thing before we go. The last thing I forgot that I did want to show you and also mention as a CT Toys, as their company and their figures, this is the scaling next to the brand new Secret Wars Symbiote Spider-Man. And if you don't know, that this is a little bit of a smaller figure in itself. These CT Toys figures are notoriously known for being just a little bit smaller than their counterparts. What they're reproducing from. So I don't know if that's their loophole and how they get to do this. But it does run a little bit smaller. So the scaling, it's kind of like its own scale, but at least he's taller than this Spider-Man, but it's very close. So to say that, is it going to be a Beast Venom or anything? I don't know the story arc behind Agent Venom and if he's a huge guy or anything like that, but he does kind of run a little bit on the smaller side. As you can see, he's just kind of a little bit taller than the Secret Wars Symbiote Spider-Man. So just something to know. Could you manipulate these into your Marvel Legends? Absolutely. Like, they're so close. But just know that, like, if you get Wolverine, he's a little bit smaller than the actual Mafex one. And vice versa. So just something to know. I totally forgot and definitely wanted to do that. So again, guys, that is going to be the review on a 1 to 10. Again, the score is going to be an 8.7. I definitely think it's worth the value. Link to the AliExpress will be in the description below. If you have any other questions about CT Toys, feel free to ask me in the comments below. I'll let you know everything else that I know that I didn't cover in this video. And, well, we got more videos coming, so if you're new, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the like if you enjoyed this, and I'll see you on the next one. Richie Figs. Later.